there and welcome to Concept Hunter. My name is KOKOStern and today we're going to talk about Gardini. I have a ton to say about this game, but first and foremost, I want to say that I feel a little bit bad because mostly of what we're going to do today is kind of bashing this game. It does two things wonderful, and that's the music, which is beautiful, and the art style, which is beautiful. But everything else, from the design to the actual game itself, is very, very lacking. And I kind of feel bad about talking about these things, but they're very important, and they're very important issues. There is such a huge level of bugs in this game that pretty much make it almost completely unplayable. And on top of that, the design has its own errors. I'm going to try and cover most of these in as short as time as possible because I could talk about this for 20 minutes. But I've actually written down a list to make it a little bit easier of everything. First of all, let's see the game itself, okay? I'm going to press play. The lovely music is going to come out, obviously very weak for you and a lot better for me. But yeah, that happens. It's Rise 501 and it's Gardini. So, first things first, I'm going to press play game and then it's going to ask me if I want to play game. This one is I mean, why is it there? There's no reason for this to be there. Do you wish to start your game? Play game? It's the same thing. Yes. Then you ask me if I'm a new player, if I want to see the tutorial. In this case, I'll press yes because I want you to see the tutorial with me. We see the lovely little cutscene and we see the little guy. What happened? I must find out. I just have to mention one thing that did kind of feel really weird to me. The animation is great and all, but the village was attacked by those little ones that actually, if you manage to see, they took a couple of this guy's friends, okay? Everything is ruined except for his house. So it was very specific. His house was not attacked by the ghosts. It's kind of odd. Usually what you have is the village is attacked and the player character comes back from, say, I don't know, a hunting trip or whatever that may be, and that explains what actually happened. And then he comes in and he's unaware. But this is just, yeah, we won't attack that house. That's a little bit odd. We're moving forward. Left and right to move. Okay, up to jump, A to attack, bottom to duck. Orbs are currency is what it actually wrote, and they just pops up, so I immediately picked it up. First thing that's really, really weird. Press M to view orbs. It's actually hidden by my face right there, but it has press M to view orbs. Then you press M and then you can see that there I have one orb because I just collected one orb. Why do I have to press M to view the orbs? Why isn't it on the screen at all times? That's a bit odd. There's no reason. It's just really weird. Just have it all the time. Okay, I'm gonna go to the right. This is a tutorial, and I'm gonna see this little chest. I also have a butterfly following me. Doesn't mean anything. It won't do. Hey, listen! It won't do that. Don't worry. And I'm gonna attack it one time. Orbs pop out. Okay, and again, I have to press it in order to see like how many orbs I have. Really weird. There's no reason for that mechanic. And then I'm gonna go to the right. And what you'd expect is, you know, progression, you fight through the things, and then you save your friends, and then there's a boss and stuff like that. None of that at all. There's no progression. You just fight a boss. And the boss has several stages. I'll tell you right now. So basically, he just has attacks, and I just hit him. And as you can see, I'm dealing very little damage. And that very little damage might tell you a couple of things about what's going to happen further on. I'm gonna get better weapons and stuff like that. Orbs are currency, if you remember. So they're gonna get better and better. Now, there's these minions. And these minions are here just for the sake of being here. And we can already notice one thing, that the minions are stuck. Okay. So there's a ton of bugs. Straight up bugs. And according to what I take from this and the reasoning behind it, what I'm assuming is the person who made this game, Rise 501, is an art major, okay? He knows how to do art. You can see it because the art is so wonderful, but he's not a programmer, and he did program this game, and that's where all the bugs come from. And I'm not going to show you all the bugs because it'll take a while. I'm just going to iterate what's happening here. And I'm just going to let you know of all the bugs that I found so far. I might have even missed a couple, but double jumping, and we'll talk about double jumping further in the sense of game design. Double jumping is inconsistent as hell. Jumping and hitting stuff acts very weirdly. Dash, You have a dash ability later on. It can brick the game, meaning you cannot move, you cannot take any action, and you have to wait until you die and go into the store before you can continue playing. The shop items sometimes just stay there, okay, and you buy them, and you don't actually... The next time we want to upgrade, you're going to have to buy it again, because it just stays there for some reason, and you don't upgrade. Really weird stuff. The minions get stuck, as you can see right there. The minions also have a fixed amount of hits to them, so when you upgrade your weapon and deal more damage to the boss, it's only to the boss. The minions take a very specific amount of hits to die, no matter what weapon you're holding. The boss, also one time, the boss just stayed there for the first stage, and didn't actually go into the second stage, got full HP, stayed in the first stage, I killed him again, and then jumped to the third stage. So I skipped the second stage completely and just did the first stage twice. There might be more. There might be more, but those are all bugs. Straight up bugs in the game. And that's a really big issue because some of them completely break the game. You can't put out a game that's this broken, okay? I understand, are they stuck? No, just one of them can move. Okay, so I'll just kill that one. Oh, the second one is... Yeah, just this one. The others are stuck. You can't put out a game that this stuck. That this is this broken. And I understand that you wanted to put it out, but this comes down to basic playtesting. I don't know how much playtesting you've done, but you gotta give this to 10 to 20 people to play. They will find these bugs because they are huge and they're so evident. And especially when you put it out to thousands of people to play, and this has a couple of thousands of views, which means plays, they'll find these bugs and they'll break the game and you can't play it. It's completely broken. When you dash, you stop moving. You lose the ability to move. That's huge. And I'm actually gonna try and die. Hopefully it'll attack me. Oh yeah, attack. Good. They're gonna kill me eventually. Maybe. One more? There you go. The game is completely broken in that sense, and I understand the fact that you're not a programmer, but putting out such a game is a really big issue. Now, in terms of the design itself, I'd expect progression. I'd expect a lot more than there is here. I mean, you start up with the boss, and the boss... It's incredibly repetitive. There's also no pattern. There's just a couple of different attacks that it does at completely random. This can bring you to a state, and this has happened to me, that it just keeps on bringing minions. Now, minions usually break up the pacing. The boss is very difficult, and the minions are pretty easy to kill. In this case, they're very easy to kill because you just jump on them, and they cannot attack you as long as you're jumping on them. And they usually maybe give you even a little bit of health back. This is not the case. Minions are just there. They waste your time, basically. And it can happen, and it has happened to me, that the boss just keeps on putting out minions and minions and minions and minions, and you can't attack the boss while the minions are there, so it just wastes time. The boss's attacks are completely random, which is not entirely a good thing. You want to have some sort of pattern. At least it could be a randomized pattern, but still not have the same attack 5 times in a row. That's not a good thing. Now, there's also an issue here when you can buy double jump. The second stage of the boss, I'm not going to show it to you because it'll take a really long time, but the second stage of the boss is a floating head, okay? It's a floating head. And you cannot reach it, listen to me very carefully, you cannot reach the boss, the second stage, without double jumping. Double jumping is a thing that you buy. What happens if I reach that stage without having double jump? I cannot attack the boss. And more so than that, if someone is really good, or really lucky in this instance, and he kills the boss the first time and reaches stage 2, he never saw the shop, and he can't attack the boss at all. That is inherently broken, not due to bugs, due to design. You cannot attack the boss unless you have double jump in the second stage. And that is a really, really big issue there. Aside from the blatant design errors, and you could make the game a lot more interesting, less repetitive, maybe add a little bit more interesting things there, dash while you jump, have the dash, you know, a little bit more difficulty thrown in because it's very, very easy and very, very boring and repetitive. A lot of things you could do with the design. The concept itself, we've seen it before, but if executed so nicely and with such great art and music, it could be done very well. But the game is incredibly broken, both in games of design, you can't attack someone, and in terms of just bugs that break the game. When you dash, you lose the ability to move. It sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it happens. You just can't move at all. And then you have to wait till you die, reach the shop, and go back. There's a lot of issues here. And I feel kind of bad about basically saying all the bad things, but this is, for me, it's not even a game because it's so broken. It is really, really broken. And there's a good concept. You could do a lot with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing you fix all those errors and make an actual game out of this. It's called Gardini. It is a cute little concept, but it is inherently very, very broken. And it's really important to playtest. Please playtest your games more. It's never too early, and it's never too late. Playtest, playtest, playtest. And when you find those bugs, fix them, and only then put out your game. Because this is completely broken. Okay, the production comes out to Rise 501, and the beautiful music is by Aether. I'm assuming it's Aether because it's basically ether with an A at the start, so it's Aether, I'm assuming. It's an interesting game. A lot could be done here, okay? There's a lot of potential, but it's broken as hell. And again, play test. I can't emphasize this more so. Don't put out games that are this broken. Please. Thank you so much for watching Concept Hunter. I apologize for the kind of harsh nature of this specific episode, but next week we'll have another episode, and maybe that one will be a little bit brighter. Every freaking week I put up Concept Hunter. If you've enjoyed this, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.